So iOS 14.5 is finally here, bringing a lot of new features to your device. In this video, I'm just going to be covering all those features and if you should update or not. Spoiler alert, you should update. The update size is 1.21 gigabytes, so make sure you have enough space in order for you to install this update. The highlight feature of this update is to be able to unlock your iPhone using your Apple Watch. Now I'm going to take it to the settings and I'm going to go into Face ID and passcode. And then you're going to go all the way down until you see update Apple Watch. Now, unfortunately, you will have to update your Apple Watch as well. So I'll be right back once that's updated. And since we're here, if you want to update your watch, to just launch up the watch app, take it to general, software update, agree, and then download and install and just let it do its thing. I'll be right back once this is completed. Alright guys, so it is finished updating, so I'm going to take it back to Face ID and passcode, and then we're going to go all the way down, and now you can see that option now available. So you're just going to simply tap on it, enable it, and it's going to say Simply's Apple Watch will unlock iPhone when any mask is detected. So it's very similar to the Mac where you can unlock it using your Apple Watch without tapping in the password. You can do the same thing on your iPhone. Alright guys, so I have a face mask on, as you guys can see on the side. And I have my Apple Watch unlocked. It is ready to go, but my phone is locked. So what do? I can swipe up and boom, just like that. So you guys can see I get the message and the haptics and just like that. Now this is way better than my method. You can unlock your iPhone with a face mask on without an Apple Watch, because this one here, you need an Apple Watch in order for this to work. But yeah, this works really nice. And then at any point you can lock your phone, tap on that, and now you're back on the lock screen. So this is very, very handy, because once you lock it, you can't unlock it again. I guess you're gonna have to put in your passcode once you lock it that other time. That alone actually is worth the update. Siri has more voices. So if I take it back to the settings, Siri, now you could be able to have different voices.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Let me see how this sounds.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use. Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
Now, something else new with Siri, you can actually ask Siri to call emergency services. Call emergency services. Kind of messed that one up. Call emergency services. And then you have a countdown, and then it's going to call the emergency services just like that. You can also ask Siri to turn off auto brightness or enable it. Turn on auto brightness. Okay. Why is my Siri not even talking? Hold on. Turn off auto brightness.
Okay, I turned auto brightness off.
Now, Apple is always raising the bar when it comes down to security. They have a new security layerment called App Tracking Transparency. So this is nice because don't you find it spooky that some advertisements, it just tracks your web activity? So if you look in things on Facebook or Instagram, you automatically start getting ads on different websites about that product. So Apple stepped in on iOS 14.5 and they have a toggle now called tracking, and you can request apps to allow to track. So you're not gonna have anything crazy, and this is gonna make it much harder for Facebook to track advertisements. So yeah, the battle between Apple and Facebook is it's unreal, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I respect Apple for adding this in. Now, it wouldn't be a major iOS update without new emojis. You have 200 brand new emojis to choose from. This is just a few here that I just search online. But I can take it to the keyboard here actually and just see all the new emojis that I use. And yeah, you're gonna have to just find them. It's always important to update your phone, because when someone sends you a new emoji that you don't have, it's just gonna be that box with the question mark, so you're not even gonna understand it. So it's nice to have the new emojis, all 200 of them, to spice up those convos. You can do so with these emojis here. We have a couple of UI refinements going on Apple Maps. So you can see this screen is totally different now. It's modernized. way better than what it was before. I really don't look at things like this, itineraries and stuff like that, but yeah, this looks new compared to the previous iOS update. And also they moved the end button here. This was a pain in the neck. They had the end button right here on the bottom right, so people were like tapping that end button by accident. So now there's an extra step. You gotta tap on the arrow, and now you can end it just like so. Or you can slide your finger up. And also you can report accidents, speed checks, hazards, just overall refinements going on the Apple Maps. Me personally, I still use Google Maps, but time to time I like using Apple Maps because of the Apple Watch. You also have support for dual SIM 5G. So for an iPhone 12, Apple promised that we're gonna have dual SIM 5G. That support is finally here. And next up, we have support for the DualSense controller. This is the PS5 controller here. And now you can finally pair it up to your iPhone or iPad, which is pretty nice. So you take it to the settings, you go into Bluetooth. And I tried connecting this before when the PS5 first came out, but it just was not seeing it. It was really just the iPhone being a little outdated to support the DualSense. But if you want to put this into pair mode, you want to press and hold the PS button and the create button at the same time until you see some flashing around the touchpad. And then you guys see that little flash on the side. Now we in pair mode, and now you're going to see on the bottom, it says DualSense controller. We're going to tap on that. And then now we are connected. And then on the top it says DualSense wireless controller connected. And that's it. And also this is going to be very handy if you want to play your PS5 games on your iPhone via remote play. So now you can finally use your DualSense controller. Now same apply on the Xbox side. So this is the Series X, and it's going to also work on the Series S. So if you want to pair up a Series X or Series S controller, you want to tap and hold the connect on the top. And then it's going to start flashing. You want to take it to settings, Bluetooth. Okay, there it is. We're going to tap on it. Boom. We're going to tap on pair. And this thing is good to go. So really nice. There's a lot of things going on the podcast app. So the app has been entirely redesigned. So it's a little bit more modern. It kind of reminds me of Apple Music, which we're going to talk more about that next. And it just looks so much better. So if we go to MKBHD podcast, you have this brand new interface. It looks so it just looks so refreshed. And then we have the Casey Neistat podcast. We need this podcast back, man. All right, but I'm getting a little carried away. It just looks so much better than before. Shifting focus to Apple Music. Recently, I canceled my Apple Music subscription. I just feel like it's just better value with YouTube Music. The Apple Music app has a lot of new features. And just like that, I'm now an Apple Music subscriber again. Let's go over some of these new features. Oh, this is cool. You have New York top 25, Los Angeles top 25, Atlanta. Let me see. Instead of it saying add on the top right and the plus, it just shows the plus. So this is what I'm talking about. Just the plus on the top right. And then on the side now, you have these 3 dots. And this is going to just give you more options. So you can share the song, add it to your library, your playlist, etc, etc. And now for the first time ever, you have gestures. So if I swipe to the right, you now have play next or play last. That's what it is. And let's see, we add this to next. Okay, so yeah, so that is the play next. But what is pretty cool on Apple Music now, you can share lyrics. So I could tap and hold a lyric. So you could tap on the lyrics and send it to somebody, but you do have a limit is 150 characters. But then the best thing about that is when they tap on play, it's going to actually take you to that timestamp on where you shared it. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to be if that person doesn't have Apple Music. I'm not sure, but this is pretty cool. Everybody have iPhones. Everybody's in the Apple ecosystem. Everybody's sending each other Apple Music lyrics. That's pretty fun. I ain't gonna lie. You can see when the album released. That was one of my main complaints for Apple Music. They show the year on when that came out, but they don't show the exact month and day. Now, adding more things to the search functionality, you can now search labels. So let's type in Cash Money. So now you have the record label. So you have Cash Money and all of the Cash Money projects. So first thing, of course, comes up is Drake, and then just all of the Cash Money stuff. And you can even type in Young Money. So now you can search up record labels. But overall, just some much needed refinements that I just definitely enjoy. And then you have little small features such as when you type on this, the 3 dots, now you have this nice cleaner interface here. Instead of it being a window from the bottom, now you have it as a pop-up menu. Now on your library side, you have just for you. So now you can have that on. So I appreciate the refinements going on in Apple Music. Now the Apple Translate got a couple of upgrades too. If you tap on the play button, you can actually change the playback rate. So you can change the playback rate. Maybe you want to learn the language, you want to pronounce it.
Hola.
You can do so.
Hola.
You also have some brand new shortcuts, so you can change the orientation lock, you can take a screenshot, or you can set your voice and data mode too. So new shortcuts, new ways to customize your iPhone. Now if you have Magsafe, you have a brand new animation. Let me take my case off. So normally when you use Magsafe, you have this interface. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but what is new is when you enable low power mode right here, now it goes along with the low power mode theme. So now it's yellow opposed to just green. So just a nice little attention to details there. We have a couple of refinements going on iPadOS 14.5. So it brings a landscape boot screen. So somebody reported that the iPad now, you have a horizontal boot screen, so showcasing the Apple logo on the landscape side, so it's automatically going to detect it instead of it just being portrait with the Apple logo being reversed. So that's a nice little neat change. And also you have emoji search on your iPad. Finally, you know, we had this feature on the initial release of iOS 14, and it's finally on the iPad, so you can search for your favorite emojis right here on your iPad. So yes, that's some of the new features going on the iPad. Not really that much, but unfortunately I need to update it. I'm still trying to update my iPad right now as we speak, but you pretty much have all the bells and whistles of iOS 14.5. Now it's just on the iPad. Now keep in mind, if you want to use your AirTag that's coming out on Friday, you need this update 14.5. So yeah, that's basically iOS 14.5 in a nutshell. Of course, you're going to get all of the bug fixes, the refinements, the performance could be better, and even the battery life, but just according to the reports, it's pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, I recommend iOS 14.5 any day of the week. You get the unlock using your Apple Watch. You getting the share the lyrics on your Apple Music. You're just getting refinements across the board. So very solid update. This is the biggest release since the initial release of iOS 14.0. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on and drop a like on this video. It helped me out tremendously. Alright guys, until next time, have a simple day.